me ducks, and welcome back to Sharpey's Koi. It's been a while, I've not put any videos out for, well before Christmas I think. So apologies, but things have just been busy with work through December. Obviously then we had Christmas. The weather's not been great anyway, nothing's really been happening on the pond. So yeah, so hopefully now in the next sort of few weeks we'll start putting some videos together again and getting some updates. And guys, don't worry, I'm not sponsored by Pepsi, I wish. So all I've been doing really these last few weeks, a few electrics around the pond, mainly in the filter house. So I've been filming them as and when I've been doing them. So I'll put them all together and it's going to be into this video. So that'll be my next update. The last one I did was the winter prep. I'm not sure if I showed you the backy all wrapped up just to keep the mind your own business from dying away. It's kept great. No issues with that. Still growing. Fish are doing okay, but we'll come back to that at the end of the video. So we'll move into what I've been filming over the course of the last few weeks, moving the electrics around in the filter house. Alright, so what I want to do in here, I've just put in longer shelf because I only had one that size before, so it gives me a bit more space to put more stuff on. Goes all the way across, put the filter gel in there, and I've still got my shelf for my mugs. I've just changed the brackets, it looks a bit more tidier, and I've put another one on the other side. Because I'm sure more of you are going to send me some more mugs, you know it, hint hint. So yeah, I can get some more mugs across there. Also needs to be space underneath as well, just in case it does grow even more. And I can keep the small one then for the air pumps. But what I want to do is get all this electrics all tidied up. I've got another socket to come in so I can have two side by side, and just so I can get my vari pumps side by side, move everything over this way a little bit. When I'm wiring stuff in this, it's a nightmare because I can't get in there. So I'm going to move it so it's all on this side. Get all the wires tidied up, So I've got some plywood, get that cut, and we can sort that out. So when I take these screws out, like this one for example, don't use the screw. I've got a leak somewhere, not from the filter. Water seeping through when we've had all that rain. I need to try and stop that. I need to borrow someone, Phil G. You're the closest one, mate, Phil G. You have to hold my screws. Cheers, bud. Right, right, so let's get them off. Right, well that was a pain in the arse. I was dropping screws. I've got a screw in there I've still got to try and fish out. I've still got to tidy all the wires up, but at least I can get to that now without having to try and lean over the Nexus. It's more to where it needs to be. I can put that UV back on there. Obviously another one of these is going to be there, so it's not going to look too odd. So the plug, that underneath it, and obviously they can't be level with that because I've got wires coming down there, so I can't put them there, so I've just put them there. I've put a screw in there because I might even just tell me what you think, whether that should be there. That should be there, so it'll be like that. I don't know if you can see, but I also flooded the filter house because I had to take the UV off. So I unplugged the pipe that goes down to the pond, and water pissed out everywhere, and I flooded in there. I've had a nightmare, I tell you. Should have built a bigger filter shed, shouldn't I? It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Like the singing. Right then, my ducks. Filter shed. Bit messy. And put the lights on. Right. Looks a lot tidier, doesn't it? Hey? I've just got to add the other socket on, so I'm going to move that slightly that way. I'm going to put the other socket in, and then I can attach those cables to the back. Everything's all in place. They're still drying out when I flooded it as well. So yeah, so I've got to do that, and also electric wise I brought another spotlight. I've got one there and I need one this side, so when I get that wired up So I've got both spotlights on, because that can be run off the same switch. Fish, I'm afraid, are getting a bit cold now. They're not eating much. I'm putting a bit in. They're eating bits, but not a lot. A lot of it's ending up in the skimmer, so definitely got to cut down even more. It's a shame, I hate winter. I'm part of my winter prep. I need to get this all bubble wrapped up. Don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to try and whack some bubble wrap around it somehow. Try and save the mind your own business. Keep that on as long as possible, I think, really. In fact, I probably don't even need to switch it off, I don't think. But I don't want all my mind your own business dying away. Got to cut all these plants back as well, so we can get that done. But while it's drying, before it rains again, we'll get probably the spotlight on, and we'll probably do that plug as well. Hey! Looks alright, doesn't it? All my decorative one's not on. Let me just make sure that bloody works first. I've not switched it on, that's why. So that one really doesn't do a lot now. But it's more decorative, so if you don't need the spotlights on, because I'm going to get another one of them on this end. It's like in the summer when you're out in the garden and stuff. At night, if you've got friends around, you can just have the two decorative ones on. I only really need the spotlight on when I come down to the pond. Like I say, it comes in handy in winter. So it lights up my whole pond now, especially with the one at the back as well. I put my other socket in the filter shed. So that's on. And it does work. There we go, the lights are on, so that works. Don't need that for the minute. But what I want to do to free me up space in the garage, when that's shut, my skimmer can then come back in here. So my skimmer's in the garage a minute on the timer, but now I can put it on here with the timer. It frees me up another plug socket then in the garage, because I've got to put another camera in as well. All I've got to do is just pin that wire to the wall, which I forgot to do. I just go and put the hammer away, so I'll quickly go and do that. And today's job's done. Tidy up the wires a bit, they're not very straight, but everything else looks pretty cool. Then all that's left to do in here now is sort out the air pump pipe, and then that light switch, which I keep knocking with my arse every time I come in here, cleaning the nexus or reaching out for something. So that is then going to come over here. Put my light switch on there, so I can open the first door and switch the light on. So at the minute I'm knocking and then reaching around, so yeah, I'll just keep knocking it. So all I've got to do is just extend the cable across the top, and we can put the light switch in there, and all the electrics then is on one side, which will make sense. It'll be a lot better, but at least now I can actually get to my switch box as well. I mean, ideally, I suppose what I could do, maybe get rid of the switch box altogether, but I ain't going to worry about this yet. This is going to be in time, and I can just get some more sockets on, so another couple maybe. We'll think about that, but at the minute we're sorted. But I need to do that tomorrow, because obviously I need the daylight, because the light ain't going to be on. So we'll do that tomorrow. I'll get the light switch moved over there. Right, obviously the light's off, so you might not be able to see that much, but that'll look a lot better there. So I'll keep the actual light itself, that's going to stay in the same place, but the switch, seems we keep bumming it, and come over this side. So all I've got to do is just pin that one back up, and then just obviously wire the switch to the actual bulb. Happy days, it'll be a lot better. Took longer than I thought, but we're done. Now I won't keep whacking it with my backside. Wires are all up. Cool. Easy. Lovely jubbly. Nice to get rid of all this crap. And in terms of electrics, I'm still not finished, because it's going to be for another time. My hands are absolutely frozen. So I've got to put a switch up here for the outside lights. So basically, like I said earlier on the video, that switch, get an outside one, so I don't have to keep coming in to switch the lights on around the pond and get the other camera up. But my hands are gone frozen. So just a quick check on the fish before we end today's video. They've been doing alright. Actually swimming around at the minute. It's only 8 degrees when I checked earlier, so I'm not feeding them. I fed him, had about a week where it was quite warm, well quite mild shall I say, got to about 10, 11, even went up to 12 degrees at one point, which was Christmas week, and I had to give them a sparingly bit of food, and they gobbled it all straight away. But let's hope we get a decent summer this year. So we've still got to sort the little ghost out, his little wound that he had. But so far so good over winter, no issues. I've been doing alright. Just sat at the bottom, waiting for the weather to warm up, bless them. Right my ducks, before I do end this video, there's a subscriber of mine called Paul Higginson. I just want to give my love out to Paul Higginson. He had some really bad news over the Christmas period. I'm not going to go into too much detail on why. There's a couple of videos out there from other subscribers that do know Paul on a more personal level than me, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have heard the name. I've met the chap as well from the Koi events. He doesn't have his own YouTube channel, but he does watch and subscribe to many channels out there, and always comments on the videos as well. He actually won my 1,000 subscriber giveaway a while back. But like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail. All I'm going to say is, Paul, if you're watching this video, I'm thinking of you, mate, and my heart goes out to you. So that does end the vlog. So cheers my ducks, and I shall see you soon. Bye.